Good morning and welcome to New Zealand. Well, today I am on the Firth of Thames, and right now I am at the gateway of the Firth of Thames. We're on Kopu Bridge, and what I've done today I've come down to do some more film photography. We're going to carry on with the whole the film thing. I've been bitten by the bug, so I'm infected with the virus at the moment, so I'm going to carry on with the film thing. A lot of people seem to be enjoying it. So we're going to carry on with that theme, and what I thought I'd do today is I've got a few different rolls of film sitting around at home, and I haven't used them, and I just want to kind of start experimenting with different films, and in particular different colour films. Today I am shooting Konica Centuria, and I've already just taken my first shot, and the first shot is of one of the gatekeepers here on the bridge. There's a few shots in Thames I want to get. It's a historical city here in New Zealand. And once I've been there, I'm going to head up the coast, and there's some quite picturesque coastal images to be had, I think. Some coastal scenery up there, some quite beautiful coastal scenery. Well, this is the old Kopu Bridge, and for years this was the gateway to the Coromandel, and it was one of those places you didn't like to come very much, because during summer when there was loads of traffic, this little old one-way bridge used to hold up quite a few people on their summer vacations. And up until recently, the history of this bridge, because it has been replaced by a new bridge, which is to the left of it here, but the history of this, the future of this bridge was kind of unknown. And I believe they were going to get rid of it, but a band of people wanted to keep it as a heritage type site, and I believe it's been confirmed now that it will be restored. And I think they're going to use it as a cycle track, and it'll link up to the main cycle route here that goes through Miranda and Thames. So that's kind of good news, because it's a very iconic piece of New Zealand. I got one shot of it. I'm only going to take one shot. I'm tempted to take another, I might, because the light's quite nice here, but I'm going to stick with my one shot. I've only got 24 exposures on this roll, so I have to be careful and a little bit kind of selective of my photography today. Okay, well I'm going to move on now, and I'm probably going to head over to the Burke Street Wharf, which is just down the road here. It's kind of another popular site for photographers to take photos, and it'd be pointless coming to Thames without taking a photo of it, so let's get going, all right? Well, I'm here now at the Burke Street Wharf in Thames, and what remains of the Burke Street Wharf. Back in the day, this was like a very busy. Thames was probably, I think it was the largest city in New Zealand at one stage. It was a gold mining town, and the old wharf here was a hustle bustle of activity, and there was, you know, be nothing to see this thing full of horses and carts lighting up the ships as they're coming in down the Firth. But I think what happened was that the Firth basically silted over, and the water level, it's just got too shallow to work this wharf anymore, and so it became abandoned. It's a well-known photography haunt. You know, there's never any shortage of pictures here on this thing. I'm not going to add anything to anybody else's pictures today. I mean, like, I'm shooting some film and it's pretty basic. I'll probably just take a snap here, and just for the sake of taking a picture. I mean, if you're coming to Thames, this is probably one of the places that you want to stop off and take shots. So I'll take a shot here, and then I'll probably carry on up the coast and head up the road on the coast there, and there's some quite beautiful scenery up there, so we'll go and check that out and carry on. So I'll take the shot and then we'll move on. Well, I've come down, I've driven along the coast road, and I'm here at Te Puru now, and whenever I come here, it always reminds me of what New Zealand used to be like back in the 70s and the, you know, 40, 50 years ago. I came to this country in 1974 with my family, and I always remember it being very simple, very, you know, unflashy, unpretentious. Unfortunately, you know, it has changed a bit since then, and as time's gone on, you know, we've kind of caught up with the rest of the world and the, you know, all of the materialistic things, big boats and flash houses and stuff like that. But when I come up to Thames here, it always reminds me of what New Zealand used to be like, what it, you know, what it was like, you know, 30, 40 years ago. And it's just a very cool place. And this tractor is a tractor here, and you see that tractor? This tractor here, kind of to me symbolises, you know, what New Zealand used to be about, really. The old Massey Ferguson, the red tractor, tow the boat down to the water in the morning, go for a fish, come back, hook it up, and then take it back to the old batch, you know, real basic old batch. And that symbolises for me what New Zealand's about. It symbolises Thames, because Thames is like that. It's just very simple. Anyway, I'm going to take a picture of this tractor, and then I'm going to head further on up the coast. I've come down to this little spot here. There's a boat ramp here. I've noticed some power poles which are over behind us over here, and I'll show you those in a second. But as I'm walking to the power poles, I've just come past this iconic piece of New Zealand structure. It's a long drop, and it's what us Kiwis typically refer to as a bush toilet. It's absolutely disgusting. I couldn't imagine why anybody would want to go here, but I think there's a picture here and I'm going to take it. Just interesting for me, I don't know. It's rather pongy here at the moment, so I'll go ahead and I'll take this picture, or I'll take a picture or two, and then we'll carry on up to the beach here and take some shots of the lovely power lines that are going up the coast. I have to take this picture first though. Well, that's me done for the coast. I think I'm going to head back now, and dying for a coffee, so I'm going to go and grab a coffee just up the road here, and then head back to the to my studio and develop what I've got on this roll. So yeah, let's head back. I need coffee, and I need to get into somewhere warm because it's very windy and cold here. Very cold wind. So anyway, so I'm back in the office and got back, and I've developed the roll of film. And we've got some results, not quite the results that I was expecting to have, but you know, results anyway. And it's kind of been an interesting day, really. I got home, I developed the film, and as I was taking the film out of the processing tank, you know, it's that moment when you just, you know, your heart kind of like stops a beat, really, because, you know, you're just revealing, you know, your day's work, really, and you don't know that you've actually achieved anything until you've, you know, pulled that roll out and you've actually inspected the negative. So I pulled the roll out of the developing tank, and, you know, lo and behold, the negatives looked pretty black, pretty dark. There was no real sign of images there. Anyway, after closer inspection, I put up the light, and you know, there was some faint images there. Anyway, I dried the film off, got it back into, got it on the scanner, scanned the film, and sure enough, you know, my early apprehension was kind of justified, because the images were pretty below average, to say the least. So anyway, I continued with the process. No, I'm going to carry on with the vlog, the episode, and get it out, and you know, continue to work with the images from there. And you know, thankfully I did, because I got them into Lightroom. I did some color correction, I enhanced the images. I took an image, got it enhanced to a point that I was happy with, made a preset off that image, and then I basically put that over the rest of the images, and then tweaked everything from there. So I'd have to say the results at the end of the day were pretty good. I was pretty happy. What I've got to show you is not clean, crystal clear, clean images. They're, you know, they're pretty messy, but there's a certain character about them that I like. After kind of like analysing what actually went wrong, I, you know, first thought that it could have been a chemical problem, maybe the way that I, you know, processed the film, possibly my storage of the film. But after researching further, I found out that the actual roll, Konica Centuria 400, had been, the manufacturing of it had stopped in 2007, I believe, and it was then carried on for a couple of years after that by another company. And then I think 2009 was the final production run of that film. So obviously the film that I had, you know, it's a good 9, 10, 11 years old, that film. So I'm pretty sure, you know, that it's an expired film, and that's the reason for the images turning out the way that they did. On that note, you know, look, guys, I'd be really appreciative of, you know, taking a look at what I've got here. If somebody could maybe confirm that for me, that's what's happened. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, but yeah, I'm not 100%, and yeah, you know, shine some light on it for me if you can, and advice, points of view would be much appreciated. But anyway, let's take a look at the pictures. Let's take a look, and once we've had a look at the pictures, we'll come back and just wrap up the episode. Cool.
out, here she comes. The woman that I love. It's too bad she'll never know. Yeah, I can't tell her how I feel, because she has someone who makes her happy. I'm a ghost in these walls, or at least I try to be. 'Cause I hope that I'm not showing how I feel for her, but she won't feel the same for me. I've got this picture in my mind. It's just the two of us, just the two of us. But I know I have to try to let her go, because she won't be mine. I listen when she talks, I watch her when she walks. She's giving me these feelings that I've never felt before, but she will never know that I love.
Okay, well, that's it. And again, interesting. I kind of nearly canned this, like I said, but I'm glad I didn't. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the process, the learning process, and like I've said before, you know, that's why film is so good. It's why the whole film photography thing for me is so enjoyable. You know, you've got to get over these things. You learn the hard way. It's not a, you know, not straightforward, easy, simple process. You know, things can go wrong at any point, unforeseen things. Okay, well, that's it for this episode. Again, like I said, really enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. You can hit the button below, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Please share the video. I'd really appreciate that also. Give me a like, give me a dislike. If you didn't like what you saw, give me a dislike. You know, if you tell me why you didn't dislike it, tell me why you didn't like it. You know, it's all good getting positive feedback, but I, you know, enjoy some negative feedback too, and just to makes me improve what I'm doing. So, you know, like, dislike, tell me what you think. Social media, go follow my social media pages. Links below for Facebook and Instagram. Images from this episode will be on my website as usual. Link below for that. That's it. Come back again. Please take care. And until next time, haere rā from New Zealand. Goodbye.
I will have to let her go. She will never know, na-na. Never know, na-na. She will never know, na-na. Never know, na-na. She will never know, na-na. Never know, na-na. She will never